The automotive industry is already fighting for survival against affordable Chinese EVs. Now they'll be squeezed from both directions, putting thousands of British jobs at risk. Have you ever thought about how many families depend on the car manufacturing industry? I'd be really interested to hear in the comments if you know someone who works in the automotive industry, or if you know someone who's going to be affected by this. So let's examine exactly how these tariffs work and what's at stake technically. First, the current situation is dire. Trump's administration has implemented a comprehensive 10% tariff on British exports, with a punishing 25% specifically targeting cars, steel, and aluminium. These aren't just numbers, they're making our vehicles nearly unsellable in America. And Jaguar Land Rover has already suspended US shipments because of this uncertainty. Second, the global context makes this worse. We're caught in a wider trade war. Trump placed 145% tariffs on Chinese imports, and China's retaliating with 125% on American goods. The UK's position is precarious, with our 10% US tariff set to become permanent by July 2025. If nothing actually changes, and nearly 80% of vehicles under $30,000 are affected by these tariffs. When you consider these numbers, do you think the UK government should prioritize cheaper imports or protecting our domestic industry? And do you know what? It's a complex balance, and I'm curious which side you lean on. Third, the economic impact cuts deep. Goldman Sachs predicts new car prices could increase by £2,000 to £4,000 in the next 6 to 12 months due to global tariff pressures. And for British manufacturers already operating on thin margins, this could be catastrophic. Our automotive sector directly employs over 180,000 people, with hundreds of thousands more in the supply chain. And you know what? If domestic production becomes unviable, we're looking at factory closures and massive job losses in regions already struggling economically. And while lower import tariffs would benefit consumers immediately, there's no guarantee that dealerships will pass all those savings to buyers. Meanwhile, our domestic industry could face a massive threat from this double-sided pressure. The timing of this deal couldn't be more critical for the automotive sector. Chancellor Reeves has been in Washington negotiating with the US Secretary Scott Bessent, with Trump potentially visiting the UK in September to finalise these terms. And if an agreement is reached, we could see cheaper American cars on British roads by late 2025.